as low as ours. Stoop, boys! This gate instructs you how to adore the heavens and bows you to a morning's holy office. Hail, thou fair heaven!
Hail, heaven!
Hail, heaven! Now for a sport up to Dongry Hill! Your legs are young, I'll tread these flats. Consider, when you above perceive me like a crow, that it is place which lessens and sets off. And you may then revolve what tales I have told you of lights, cameras, action, of stars. Oh, but this life is nobler than attending for a check. Richer than rustling and unpaid for silk.
Out of your proof you speak. We poor and fledged have never winged from view of the nest. What should we speak of when we are old as you?
We have seen nothing. Our valour is to chase what flies, our cage you make a choir, as doth the prison bird, and sing our bondage freely.
How you speak! Did you but know the city's usuries, or felt them knowingly? The art of the set as hard to leave as keep, whose top to climb is certain falling, or so slippery that the fear's as bad as falling. Oh, boys, this story the world may read in me. My report was once first with the best of note. Cymbeline loved me. Then was I as a tree whose boughs did bend with fruit. But in one night a storm, or robbery, call it what you will, shook down my mellow hangings, nay, my leaves, and left me bare to weather.
Uncertain favour.
My fault being nothing, as I have told you oft, but that two villains swore to Cymbeline I was confederate with the mafia. So followed my banishment, and this 20 years, this rock and these domains have been my world, where I have lived at honest freedom, paid more pious debts to heaven than in all the forend of my time. But up to the mountains, this is not hunter's language. He that strikes the venison first shall be the lord of the feast. I'll meet you in the valleys. How hard it is to hide the sparks of nature. These boys know little they are sons to a king, nor Cymbeline dreams that they are alive. They think they are mine, and though trained up thus meanly in the cave wherein they bow, their thoughts do hit the roofs of palaces, and nature prompts them in simple and low things to prince it much beyond the trick of others. This Polydor, the heir of Cymbeline and Bollywood, whom his father called Girda, the younger brother Kotwal, once Ravi. Hark, the game is roused. Oh, Cymbeline, heaven and my conscience knows thou didst unjustly banish me, whereon at 3 and 2 years old I stole these babes, thinking to bar thee of succession as thou reck'dst me of my lands. Myself, Bella, I was their nurse. They take me for their mother. The game is up.
my mind that makes thee stare thus? Wherefore breaks that sigh from the inward of thee? Speak, man! Thy tongue may cut off some extremity which to read would be even mortal to me.
Please you, read, and you shall find me, a wretched man, thing of most disdained of fortune.
Thy mistress, Phizzical, hath played the strumpet in my bed, the testimonies whereof lie bleeding in me. I speak not out of weak surmises, but from proof, as strong as my grief, and as certain as I expect my revenge. That part, thou, Phizzical, must act for me. If thy faith be not tainted with the breach of hers, let thine own hands take away her life. She hath my letter for the purpose, where if thou fear to strike, and to make me certain it is done, thou art the pander to her dishonour, and equally to me disloyal.
What need have I to draw my sword? The paper hath cut her throat already. No, this slander whose edge is sharper than the sword.
False to his bed? What is it to be false? To lie and watch there and to think on him? To weep twixt clock and clock, if sleep charged nature to break it with a fearful dream of him and cry myself awake? That's false to his bed, is it?
Alas, good lady.
Aye, false! Thy conscience, witness. Yakim, thou didst accuse him of incontinency, thou then looks like a villain now. Methinks thy favour's good enough. Some jay of Dubai hath slandered me, I am stale. A garment out of fashion, and for I am richer than to hang by the walls, I must be ripped to pieces with me. Oh, men's vows are women's traitors. All good seeming by thy revolt, O husband, shall be thought put on for villainy, not born where it grows, but worn a bait for ladies.
Good lady, hear me.
Come, fellow, be thou honest, do thou thy master's bidding. When thou seest him, a little witness my obedience. Look, I draw the sword myself, take it, and hit the innocent mansion of my love, my heart. Fear not, 'tis empty of all things but grief. Thy master is not there, who was indeed the richest of it. Do his bidding, strike! Thou mayst be valiant in a better cause, but now thou seemst a coward.
Damn vile instrument! Thou shalt not damn my hand!
Why, I must die! And if I do not by thy hand, thou art no servant of thy master's. Against self-slaughter there is a prohibition so divine that cravens my weak hand. Come, ease my heart. Something's afoot. Soft, soft. What is here? The scriptures of the loyal Sheruddin, all turned to heresy. Away, away, corrupters of my faith, you shall no more be stomachers to my heart. Prithee, dispatch. The lamb entreats the butcher. Where's thy knife? Thou art too slow to do thy master's bidding when I desire it too.
Oh, gracious lady, since I received command to do this business, I have not slept one wink.
Do it, and to bed then.
I'll wake mine eyeballs blind first.
Wherefore then didst undertake it? Why hast thou abused so many miles with a pretence? The perturbed house for my being absent, whereunto I never purpose to return. Why hast thou gone so far?
But to win time. Good lady, hear me with patience.
Talk, thy tongue weary, speak. I have heard that I am a strumpet, and mine ear therein false struck could take no greater wound, nor tend to bottom that, but speak.
Then, madam, I thought you would not back again.
Most like bringing me here to kill me.
Not so. For if I'm as wise and honest, then my purpose shall prove well. It cannot be that my master is abused. Some villain, I, and singular in his art, hath done you both this cursed injury.
Some courtesan.
No, on my life. Send him some sign that you are dead, and send him some bloody sign of it, for it is commanded I should do so. You shall be missed at home, and that will well confirm it.
Why, good fellow, what shall I do the while? Where bide, how live, or in my life what comfort when I am dead to my husband?
Sultan's henchman Arjun comes to Dongri tomorrow. Now, if you can wear a mind as dark as your fortune is, and disguise that which but to appear itself must not yet be but by self-danger, you could tread a course pretty and full of you, yea, happily in the residence of Sheridan.
Oh, for such means.
Well, here's the point. You must forget to be a woman. Change command into obedience, fear and niceness into waggish courage, saucy and as chorus as the weasel.
I get it, for I am almost a man already.
First, make yourself but like one. I have in here shirt, band, and a hat. Before Arjun present yourself, desire his service. Doubtless and with joy he will embrace you. Your means abroad will have me rich, and I will never fail beginning nor supplyment.
Thou art all the comfort the gods will diet me with. Prithee away.
Oh, my lady, you must take short farewell. Lest being missed, I suspect a carriage from your house. My noble mistress, here is the Bible. I had it from the market. What is in it is precious. If you are sick at sea, or stomach qualmed at land, a drop of this will drive away any distemper. To some shade, and to fit you to your manhood, may the gods direct you to the best.
Amen. I thank thee.
Arjun hath wrote already to Sultan how it goes here. It fits us therefore rightly our chowkidars and the police be in readiness. The Parsi hath already in the slums will soon be drawn to head, from whence he moves his bid for revenge.
It is not sleepy business, but must be looked to speedily and strongly.
Our expectation that it would be thus hath made us forward. But, my gentle mariner, where is Inner John? She hath not tendered the duty of the day. Call her before us. We have been too slight in suffering.
Her chambers are all locked, and there's no answer that will be given to the loudest noise I make.
The door's locked. Grant heaven that which I fear prove false.
That man of hers, Pisunva, her old servant, I have not seen these 2 days. He hath a drug of mine. I pray his absence proceed by swallowing that, for he believes it is a thing most precious. But for her, where is she gone? Haply despair hath seized her, or winged with fervour of her love, she's flown to her desired Sheruddin. Gone she is, to death or to dishonour, and my end can make good use of either. She being down, I have the placing of the Bollywood crown. How now, my son?
'Tis certain she's fled. Go in and cheer the king. He rages. None dare come about him.
All the better. May this night forestall him of the coming day.
Inner John, I love and hate her. For she's fair and royal, and that she hath all comely parts more exquisite than ladies, women, from everyone the best she hath, and she of all compounded outsells them all. I love her therefore, but disdaining me, and throwing favours over the low Sheridan, slanders so her judgment, that what's else rare is choked, and in that point I will conclude to hate her. Nay, indeed, to be revenged upon her. For when fools shall try to... Who is here? What are you packing, Sirrah? Come hither. Ah, you precious pander. Villain, where is thy lady? In a word, or else thou art straightway with the fiends.
Oh, good my lord.
Where is thy lady? Or Ram Kasam, I will not ask again. Close, villain, I'll have this secret from thy heart, or rip thy heart to find it. Is she with Sheridan?
Alas, my lord, how can she be with him? When was she missed? He is in Dubai.
Where is she, sir? Come nearer. No further halting. Satisfy me home. What is become of her?
Oh, my all-worthy lord.
All worthy villain. Discover where thy mistress is at once, at the next word. No more, worthy lord. Speak, or thy silence on the instant is thy condemnation and thy death.
Then, sir, this paper is the history of my knowledge touching her flight.
Let's see it.
Or this will perish. She's far enough, and what he learns by this may prove his travel, not her danger.
Huh?
I'll write to my lord she's dead. O Inajan, safe mayst thou wander, safe return again.
Sirrah, is this letter true?
Sergi, as I think.
It is Sheridan's hand, I know it. Sirrah, if thou wouldst not be a true villain, but do me true service, undergo those employments wherein I should have cause to use thee with a serious industry. That is, what villainy soever I bid thee do, to perform it directly and truly. I would think thee an honest man. That thou should neither lack my means for thy relief, nor my voice for thy preferment. Wilt thou serve me?
Sergi, I will.
Hast any of thy late master's garments in thy possession?
I have, my lord, at my lodgings, the same suit he wore when he took leave of my lady and mistress.
The first service thou dost me, fetch that suit hither. Let it be thy first service. Go.
I shall, my lord.
Meet thee at Derby. I forgot to ask you one thing. I'll remember it anon. Even there, thou villain Sheridan, will I kill thee. I would these garments were come. She said upon a time, the bitterness of it I now belch from my heart, that she held the very garment of Sheridan in more respect than my noble and natural person, together with the adornment of all my qualities. With this suit upon my back, will I ravish her. First, kill him, and in her eyes there shall she see my valour, which will then be a torment to her contempt. He on the ground, my speech of insultment ended on his dead body, and when my lust hath dined, which, as I say, to vex her, I will execute in the clothes that she so prized, to the house I'll knock her back, foot her home again. She hath despised me rejoicingly, and I'll be merry in my revenge.
I see a man's life is a tedious one. I've tired myself, and for 2 nights together have made the ground my bed. I should be sick, but that my resolution helps me. Darby, when from Dongri Fort Pasanva showed thee, thou wast within a ken. 2 beggars told me I could not miss my way. Will poor folks lie that have afflictions on them, knowing 'tis punishment or trial? Yes, no wonder when rich ones scarce tell true. To lapse in fullness is sorer than to lie for need, and falsehood is worse in kings than beggars. Oh, my lord, thou art one of the false ones. Now I think on thee, my hunger's gone, but even before I was at point to sink for food. But what is here? 'Tis some savage hold. I were best not call. I dare not call. Yet famine, ere clean it o'erthrow, nature makes it valiant. Plenty and peace breeds cowards. Hardness ever if hardiness is mother. Ho! Who's there? If anything that's civil, speak. If savage, take or lend. Ho! No answer. Then I'll enter.
You, Parleyder, have proved best woodman and a master of the
thoroughly weary.
I am weak with toil, yet strong in appetite.
There is cold meat in a cave. We'll browse on that whilst what we have killed be cooked.
Stay, come not in. But that it eats our victuals, I should think here were a fairy.
What's the matter, Amma?
An angel, or if not, an earthly paragon. Behold, divineness no elder than a boy. Oh.
Good Margie, harm me not. Before I entered here I called, and thought to have begged or bought what I have took. Good truth, I have stole naught, nor would not, though I have found gold strewed in the floor. Here's money for my meat. I would have left it on the board so soon as I had made my meal and parted with prayers for the provider.
Money, youth?
All gold and silver rather turn to dirt. 'Tis no better reckon than those that worship dirty gods.
I see you're angry. No, if you kill me for my fault, I should have died had I not made it.
With a band.
To Darby, Margie.
What's your name?
Fidel, Margie. I have a kinsman who is bound for Dubai. He embarked at Darby, to whom being gone, almost spent with hunger, I am fallen in this offence.
Prithee, fair youth, think us no churls, nor measure our good minds by this rude place we live in. Well encountered. 'Tis almost night. You shall have better cheer ere you depart, and thanks to stay and eat it. Boys, bid him welcome.
Were you a woman, youth? I should woo hard but be your groom.
He is a man, and I love him as my brother. Such a welcome I give to him after long absence, such is yours. Most welcome. Be sprightly, for you fall amongst friends.
Amongst friends, if brothers. Would it have been so that these had been my father's sons?
I'm near to the place where they should meet, if Pasanva have mapped it truly. How fit Sheridan's garments serve me. Why should his mistress, who was made by him that made the tailor, not be fit too? I dare speak it to myself, for it is not vain glory for a man and his glass to confer in his own chamber. I mean, the lines of my body are as well drawn as his. No less young, more strong, not beneath him in fortunes, beyond him in the advantage of the time, above him in birth, alike conversant in general services, and more remarkable in single oppositions. Yet this imperseverant thing loves him in my despite. What mortality is! Sheridan, thy head, which now is growing upon thy shoulders, shall within this hour be off. Thy mistress enforced, thy garments cut to pieces before thy face, and all this done, spurn her home to her father, who may happily be a little angry for my so rough usage. But my mother, who hath power of his testiness, shall turn all into my commendations. Out, sword, and to a sore purpose. Fortune, put them into my hand. This is the very description of their meeting place. The fellow dare not deceive me.
You are not well. Remain here in the cave. We'll come to you after hunting.
Brother, stay here. Are we not brothers?
So man and man should be, but clay and clay differs in dignity, whose dust is both alike. I am very sick.
Go you to hunting. I'll abide with him.
So sick I am not, yet I am not well. But your being by me cannot amend me. Society is no comfort to one not sociable. I am not so sick since I can reason of it. Pray you, trust me here.
I love thee. I have spoke it how much the quantity, the weight as much as I do love my Amma.
What? How?
I'm afraid I yoked me my brother's fault. I know not why I love this youth. I've heard you say, love's reasons without reason, with death at door and a demand which it shall die. I'd say Amma, not this youth.
Oh, noble strain! Oh, worthiness of nature, breed of greatness! Cowards, father, cowards, and base things, sire, base. Nature hath meal and bran, contempt and grace. I am not their mother, yet who this should be doth miracle itself loved before me. 'Tis the 9th hour of the morn.
Brother, farewell.
I wish ye sport.
You health, so please you, sir.
These are kind creatures. Gods, what lies I've heard. Our people say all savage, but in town. Experience, oh, thou disproves report. The imperious seas breed monsters. For the dish, poor tributary rivers are sweet fish. I am sick still, heartsick. Pasanva, I'll now taste of thy drug.
This youth, howe'er distressed, appears he hath had good ancestors.
How angel-like he sings.
I do note that grief and patience, rooted in him both, mingle their spurs together.
Grow patience, and let the stinking elder grief untwine his perishing root with the increasing vine.
It is great morning, come away!
Oh! I cannot find those renegades! That villain hath mocked me. I'm faint.
Those renegades, means he not us? I partly know him. 'Tis Cloten, the son of the Malkin. I fear some ambush. I saw him not this many years, and yet I know 'tis him. We are held as outlaws, hence
He's but one. You and my brother search what companies are near. Pray you away. Let me alone with him.
Soft! What are you that fly me thus? Some villainous bandits. I have heard of such. What slave art thou? Thou art a robber, a lawbreaker, a villain. Yield thee, thief!
To who? To thee? What art thou? Have not I an arm as big as thine, a heart as big? Thy words, I grant, are bigger, for I wear not my dagger in my mouth. Say what thou art, why I should yield to thee.
Thou injurious thief, hear but my name, and tremble.
What's thy name?
Cloten, thou villain.
Cloten.
I am a Bollywood superstar.
I'm sorry for it, not seeming so worthy as thy fame.
Art not afeard?
At fools I laugh, not fear them.
Die the death! When I have slain thee with my proper hand, I'll follow those that even now fled hence, and on the gateway of India set your heads. Yield, rustic bandit.
no companies abroad.
None in this world. You mistake him sure.
But see, thy brother.
That Cloten was a fool! An empty purse. There was no money in it. Not Beam could have knocked out his brains, for he had none.
What hast thou done?
I am perfect, what? Cut off one Cloten's head, the superstar of Bollywood, after his own report, who called me traitor, bandit, and swore, with his own single hand, he'll take our heads and flog them in Bombay.
We are all undone.
Why, worthy mother? What have we to lose but that he swore to take our lives? The law protect not us, then why should we be tender to let an arrogant piece of flesh threat us, play judge and executioner all himself?
Come, as the gods will say it, howsoever my brother hath done well.
With his own sword, which he did wave against my throat, I have ta'en his head from him. I'll throw it into creek behind a rock, and let it to the sea, and tell the fishes, he's a Bollywood star, Clotton. That's all I'll wreck.
My fate will be revenged. Would Polydor thou hadst not done, though valour becomes thee well enough.
Would I have done it, but revenge alone pursued me. Polydor, I love thee brotherly, but envy much thou hast robbed me of this deed.
Well, 'tis done. We'll hunt no more today, nor seek for danger where there's no profit. I prithee to our rock. You and Fidel play the cooks. I'll stay till hasty Polydor return and bring him to dinner presently.
Poor sick Fidel, I'd willingly to him. To gain his colour, I'd let her perish of such Clotton's blood, and praise myself for charity.
Oh, thou goddess, thou divine nature, how thyself thou blazonst in these two princely boys. They are as gentle as zephyrs blowing below the violet, not wagging his sweet head, and yet as rough their royal blood enchafed as the rudest wind that by the top doth take the mountain pine and make him stoop to the vale. 'Tis wonder that an invisible instinct should frame them to royalty unlearned, honour untaught, civility not seen from other, valour that wildly grows in them. Yet still it's strange what Clotton's being here to us portends, or what his death will bring us.
I have sent Clotton's head downstream in embassy to his mother.
My ingenious instrument. Hark, Polydor, it sounds. What occasion hath Potwell now to give it motion? Hark! Look, here he comes, and brings the dire occasion in his arms of what we blame him for.
The bird is dead, that we had made so much on.
I had rather skip from 16 years of age to 60, to have turned my leaping time into a crutch than to have seen this.
Oh, melancholy! Whoever yet could sound thy bottom, find the ooze to show what coast thy sluggish crare might easiest harbour in. Thou blessed thing, who knows what man thou mightst have made, but thou diedst a most rare boy of melancholy. How found you him?
On the floor, his arms thus leagued, I thought he slept. With fairest flowers, and while summer lasts, I live him. Fidel, I'll sweeten thy sad grave.
Prithee, let us bury him, and not protract with admiration which is now due debt. Come.
Great griefs, I see, medicine the less, for Clotton is quite forgot. He was a famous actor, boys, and though he came our enemy, remember he was paid for that. So, bury him as a prince.
Come on then, and remove him.
Fear no more the heat of the sun. Thou art past the tyrant's stroke. Thou thy worldly task hast done. To thee the reed is as the oak. Golden lads and girls almost, as chimney sweeps come to dust. Golden lads and girls almost, as chimney sweeps come to dust. Fear no more the frown of the great, fear no slander, censure rash, care no more to clothe and to eat, fear no furious thunder crash. All lovers young, all lovers must Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti.
Yes, Sir, to Derby, which is the way? I thank you, I have gone all night. I'll sleep, but soft. No bedfellow. Oh, gods and goddesses! A headless man, the garments of Sheridan. I know the shape of his leg. This is his hand. His foot by Ram was blessed, his Mongol thigh, the bronze of beam, but his godlike face. How? 'Tis gone! Murder in heaven! Oh. Pasunma, thou conspired with that irregulous devil Cloten hath here cut off my lord. Damn Pasunma with his forged letters! Damn Pasunma, oh Sheridan, alas! Where is thy head? Where's that? I mean, where's that? Pasunma might have killed thee at the heart and left his head on. How should this be? Pasunma? 'Tis he and Cloten. Malice and lucre in them have laid this woe here. The drug he gave me, which he said was precious and cordial to me, have I not found it murderous to the senses? That confirms it home. This is Pasunma's deed. And Cloten. Oh, my lord. Oh.
Our gangs are in Darvi. They are in readiness. Soft hoe. What trunk is there without its top? The ruins speak to as once a worthy building. How, a page? Dead or sleeping? Inform us of thy fortunes, for they crave to be demanded. Who is this thou makest thy bloody pillow? What's thy interest in this sad wreck? Who came it? How came it? What art thou?
I am nothing, or if not nothing to be were better. This was my master, a very valiant Indian and a good, but here by bandits lies slain. Alas, I will never find such another master. I may wander from east to Occident, cry out for service, try many, serve truly, all good, never find such another master.
Lack youth, thou movest no less with thy complaint than thy master in pleading. What's thy name?
Fidel, sir.
Thou dost prove the same. Thy faith fits thy name thy faith. Wilt thou take thy chance with me? I shan't say thou be well mastered, but be assured, no less beloved.
I'll follow, sir. But first, and please the gods, I'll hide my master from the flies as deep as these poor pickaxes can dig. And when, with wild wood leaves and weeds, I have strewed his grave, and on it sit a century of prayers, such as I can, twice o'er, I'll weep and sigh, and so leaving his service follow you. So please you entertain me.
Aye, boy, he's preferred by thee to us and shall be interred as soldiers can. Come, wipe thine eyes. Some falls and means are happier to arise.
Yea, bloody cloth, I'll keep thee, for I wish thou should be coloured thus. You married ones, if each of you should take this course, how many must murder wives much better than themselves for wrying but a little? Oh, Pasunva, every good servant does not all commands, no bonds but to do just ones. Gods, if you had taken vengeance on my faults, I never should have lived to have put on this. So had you saved the noble Inajan to repent, and struck me, a wretch more worth your vengeance. would like you snatch them hence for little faults. That's love, to have them fall no more. You some commit to second ills with ills, each elder worse, and make them dread it to the doer's thrift. But Inojan was your own. Do your best wills and make them blessed to obey. I am brought hither to fight. Against my lady's father. 'Tis enough that Bombay I have killed thy mistress. Peace! I'll give no wound to thee. Therefore, good heavens, hear patiently my purpose. I'll disrobe me of these weeds and suit myself as doth an Indian peasant. So I'll fight against the part I came with, so I'll die for thee. O Inojan, even for whom my life is every breath a death, and thus unknown, pitied nor hated, to the face of peril myself I'll dedicate. Let me make men know more valour in me than my habits show. Gods, put the strength of the Khan in me. To shame the guise of the world, I will begin this fashion, less without and more within.
A fever with the absence of her son. A madness of which my Malika's life's in danger. Heavens, how deeply you at once do touch me. Inojan, the great part of my comfort gone. My wife upon a desperate bed, and in a time when fearful riots point at me. The son gone, so needful for this present. It strikes me past the hope of comfort.
But for thee, fellow,
who must know of Inojan's departure, and does seem so ignorant, will enforce it from thee by a sharp torture.
Abji, my life is yours. I humbly set it at your will. But for my mistress, I know not where she remains, why gone, nor when she purpose returns. I beseech you, Sabji, hold me your loyal servant.
The time is troublesome. We'll slip you for a season, but our suspicion does not yet end.
So please you, Sabji. The Sultan's legions are almost at your gates.
Oh, for the counsel of my son and wife!
Good Sabji, your preparation can affront no less than what you've heard of. Come more, for more you're ready. The want is to move those powers in motion that long to move.
I thank you. Let's withdraw, and meet the time as it seeks us. We fear not what from the underworld annoy us, yet we grieve at chances here. Onward.
I heard no letter from my master since I wrote him Inojan was slain. 'Tis strange. Nor hear I from my mistress, who promised to yield me often tidings. Neither know I what is betide of Cloten, but remain perplexed in all. The heavens still must work. All other doubts, by time let them be cleared. Fortune brings in some boats that are not steered.
Stop that!
the heaviness and grief within my bosom takes off my manhood. I have belied a lady, the princess of this country, and the heir aunt who avengingly enfeebles me. Or this Carl, a very drudge of nature's, have subdued me. If that thy gentry, India, go before this lout as he exceeds our lords, the odds is that we scarce are men, and you are gods.
Today, how many of you would have given your honours to have saved your carcasses? I in mine own woe could not find death where I did hear him groan, nor feel him where he struck. Being an ugly monster, 'tis strange. He hides in fresh cups, soft beds, sweet words. Well, I will find death no more an Indian. Fight, I will no more. But yield me now for me my ransom's death. On either side I come to spend my breath, which neither here I'll keep nor bear again, but end it by some means for Inojan.
A dog! You shall not now return to Dubai. Come and get ready for death.
I am merrier to die than thou art to live.
Stand by my side, you whom the gods have made preservers of my throne. Woe is my heart that the poor soldier that so richly fought, whose rags shamed gilded arms, cannot be found.
Cymbeline, to sour your happiness, I must report Malika's dead.
How ended she?
With horror. First, she confessed she never loved you, only married your royalty, was wife to your place, aboard your person.
Taklia. When she spoke this dying, I would not believe her lips in opening it. Proceed.
Your daughter, whom she bore in hand to love with such integrity, she confessed was a scorpion to her sight, whose life, but that her flight prevented it, she had taken off by poison. She purposed then her son into the adoption of your crown, but failing of her part by strange absence, grew shameless, desperate, opened in despite of heaven and men her purposes, repented the evil she'd hatched were not effected. So despairing, died.
Oh, most delicate fiend. Taklia. My eyes were not in fault, for she was beautiful. Mine ears that heard her flattery, nor my heart that thought her like her seeming. Heaven meant all. But here comes from Arjun, now for tribute.
There's one thing I will entreat. My boy, an Indian born, let him be ransomed. Never a master paid so kind, diligent, duteous. Though he have served me, spare him, sir, but no other blood beside.
I have surely seen him. His favour is familiar to me. Boy, thou hast looked thyself into my grace. Ask of Cymbeline what boon thou wilt. Fitting my bounty and thy state, I'll give it.
I humbly thank you, Sabji.
I do not wish for thee to bet my life, good lad, but to know thou wilt.
No, no, alack. There's other work in hand. I see a thing bitter to me is death. Your life, good master, must shuffle for itself.
The boy disdains me. He leaves me, scorns me. Why stands he so perplexed?
What wouldst thou, boy?
I'll tell you, sir, in private, if you please to give me hearing.
Aye, with all my heart, and lend my best attention. What's thy name?
Fidel, sir.
Thou art my good youth. My page, I'll be thy master. Walk with me, speak freely.
Is not this boy revived from death? The same dead thing, alive.
It is my mistress. Since she is living, let time run on to good or bad.
Come, stand thou by our side. Make thy demand aloud. Sir, step you forth. Give answer to this boy and do it freely.
My boon is that this gentleman may render of whom he had this ring.
What's that to him?
The diamond upon your finger. Say, how came it yours?
I am glad to be constrained to utter that which torments me to conceal. By villainy, I got this ring. 'Twas Geraldine's due, whom thou didst banish, and which more may grieve thee as it doth me. A nobler sir ne'er lived twixt sky and ground. Must I go on, my lord?
Come to the matter.
All too soon I shall. I wagered with him against this ring upon your daughter's chastity, and so prevailed. I came from Bombay with proof enough to make the noble Sheridan Khan mad by wounding his belief in her renown with tokens thus, and this her names. Oh, cunning how I got it. Nay, Sir Mark's a secret on her person that he could not but think her bond of chastity quite cracked. I have retained the forfeit, whereupon methinks I see him now.
Aye, so thou dost you feed. I'll give you cord, or knife, or poison, some upright justicer. Thou, king, send out for torturers ingenious. It is I that all the abhorred things of the earth amend by being worse than they. I am Sheridan that killed thy daughter. Villain like I lie, that caused a lesser villain than myself, a sacrilegious thief, to do it. Oh, the temple of virtue was she, yea, and she herself, my queen, my wife, my life. Oh, Inojan, Inojan, Inojan.
My lord, here.
Shalt a part of this, thou scornful page? There, lie thy part.
Oh, gentlemen, help! Mine and your mistress! Oh, Lord Sheridan, you never killed Inojan until now! Help! Help, my honored lady!
Doesn't the world go round?
Wake my mistress.
Oh, get thee from my sight! Thou givest me poison, dangerous fellow. Breathe not where princes are.
The tune of Inojan.
Lady, may the gods throw stones of salt from me. If the vine I gave you was not thought to me a precious thing, I had it from the malkin.
New matter still.
It poisoned me.
Gods! Your wives, sir, very often importune me to temper poison to her. I, dreading their purpose, did compound for her a certain stuff, which, being taken, would cease the present power of life. But in all due time, all officers of nature should again do their due function. Have you taken of it?
Most like I did, for I was dead.
My boys, there was our error.
Why did you throw your wedded lady from you? Think that you are upon a rock, and now throw me again.
Hang there like a fruit, my soul till the tree die.
How now, my flesh, my child. What? Makest thou me a dullard in this act? Wilt thou not speak to me?
Your blessing, sir.
Inojan, thy mother's dead.
I'm sorry for it, my lord.
No, she was not. She confessed she never loved me. Only affected greatness got by me, not me. Her son is gone, we know not how, nowhere.
My lord, thou fearest from me. I speak truth. Cloten Sarji upon my lady's missing came to me, with sword drawn and foamed at the mouth he swore, if I discovered not which way she was gone, it was my instant death. I directed him to seek her in Darby.
Let me end the story. I slew him there.
Marry the gods forfend, he was a star!
A most incivil one. The wrongs he did me were nothing star-like. I cut off his head. And am right glad he is not standing here to tell this tale of mine.
Oh, I am sorry for thee, By thine own tongue thou art condemned, and must endure our law. Thou art dead.
That headless man I thought had been my lord.
A new twist. Never mind. Bind your prisoner, take him from our prisons.
This man is better than the man he slew, as well descended as thyself.
Why, old woman, must thou undo the worth thou art unpaid for by tasting of our wrath? How of descent as good as we?
Thou hadst great Cymbeline, a servant who was called Bella.
What of her? She is a banished traitor.
She it is that hath assumed this age. Indeed, a banished woman. I know not how a traitor.
Take her hence! The whole world shall not save her!
What's too hot? First pay me for the nursing of thy sons.
Nursing of my son.
Mighty sir, these two young gentlemen that call me Amma and think they are my sons are none of mine. They are the issue of your loins, my liege, and blood of your begetting.
Oh, my issue.
So sure as you your fathers. These gentle princes, for such and so they are. These 20 years have I nurtured. Here are your sons again, and I must lose two of the sweetest companions in the world.
The service that you three have done is more unlike than this thou tellest. I lost my children. If these be they, I know not how to wish a pair of worthy sons.
Be pleased a while. This gentleman whom I call Palida, most worthy prince, as yours is true Gildar. This gentleman, my Codwal, Ravi.
Girdar had upon his neck a mole, a sanguine star. It was a mark of wonder.
This is he who hath upon him yet that natural stamp. It was wise nature's end and the donation to be his evidence now.
What am I? A mother to the birth of three. Never mother rejoiced deliverance more. Blessed, pray you be, that after this strange starting from your orbs, you may reign in the now. Oh, Imogen, thou hast lost my vision.
No, my lord, I have got 2 worlds by it. Oh, my gentle brothers, have we thus met? Oh, never say hereafter, but I am truest speaker. You called me brother when I was but your sister. Are ye brothers when we were so indeed?
Did you e'er meet?
Aye, my good lord.
How many plots are there to unravel? Thou art my sister, so will thou be ever.
The forlorn soldier that so nobly fought, he would have well become this place and graced the thankings of a king.
I am, sir, the soldier that did accompany these three in full proceeding. 'Twas a fitment for the purpose I then followed. Speak, Yakim, I had you down and might have made you finish.
I am down again, but now my heavy conscience sinks my knees as then you forced it. Take that life, beseech you, which I so often owe. But the ring first. And here, the necklace of the truest princess that ever swore her faith.
Reveal not to me. The power I have on you is to spare you. The malice towards you, to forgive you. Live and deal with others better.
Nobly doomed. We'll learn our freeness of a son-in-law pardons the word to all. So through India publish we this peace, a Muslim and a Hindu friendly together. Praise the heavens! Never did conflict cease ere bloody hands were washed with such a peace.